On this episode of AMA Air, find out how you can start your week with the National Model Aviation Museum.
Also, the RC Geek shares his techniques for weathering models.
And find out how you can safely store your batteries. All that and more on this episode of AMA Air. Hello, and welcome to AMA Air, your source for modeling news. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Claire Aldenheisen. An AMA Special Interest Group has created a new scale precision aerobatics class for beginner pilots. The International Miniature Aerobatic Club's new class is called the Novice Class. The entry-level class is non-competitive and pairs new pilots with experienced ones who teach them the basics of IMAC competition. The goal of the new program is to encourage those interested in IMAC to give it a try. You can learn more at mini-iac.org.
Tickets for this summer's Multi-GP International Open are on sale now. The annual event will be held June 26th through the 30th at the International Air Modeling Center in Muncie, Indiana. Multiple drone racing tracks will be set up at the IAC during the AMA-sanctioned event. AMA membership is required to participate, and you can find more about the contest and purchase tickets at multigp.io.
Each summer, pilots from across the country take part in one of aeromodeling's longest traditions, the National Aeromodeling Championships. This exciting contest will be held in 3 locations this year, including AMA's International Aeromodeling Center in Muncie, Indiana. New this year, the indoor free flight nats will be held at the Round Valley Dome in Eager, Arizona, and the RC Precision Aerobatics nats will return to Blytheville, Arkansas. You can register today at modelaircraft.org/nats.
If you enjoy traveling and saving money, AMA has partnered with Affinity Travel Benefits to launch a new discount program that's right up your alley. As an AMA member, you now have free access to hotel, airfare, and ticket discounts through the Affinity Travel Benefits program. The discounts can be used for business trips, family vacations, weekend getaways, and of course, exciting model aviation events such as Joe and All Week, the AMA Nats, and the Toledo Show.
And don't forget to use your discounts when attending AMA Expo West, presented by eHobby House, coming up on November 1st through the 3rd in Pomona, California.
That's right. To access the Affinity program, go to modelaircraft.org/affinity-travel-benefits to get started.
The National Model Aviation Museum staff has been busy working on several initiatives. The latest one, Model Monday, provides a weekly glimpse of one model in the museum's collection. At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time each Monday, you can join us to discover information about that week's aircraft on the museum's social media channels. Let's take a look. It's a bird! Wait, it is a plane in the shape of a flying man. This humorous control line model was built by Johnny Clemens in 1948. Clemens used the model as a trainer, introducing control line flight to beginners, as well as the Navy personnel tasked with organizing and judging the national contests. It is estimated that the model flew over 1,000 flights in the course of a decade and was flown by no less a personage than Arthur Godfrey, the former Assistant Secretary of the Navy. With a wingspan of 39 inches, the model is powered by a K&B-29 Greenhead engine. Johnny was a well-known prankster and frequently said that since he couldn't see his own smile, the best thing to do was to make others laugh in order to see the reflection. This flying man isn't laughing, but here's hoping you are. You can find more Model Monday videos by searching for the hashtag Model Monday on the museum's Facebook page.
So I hadn't seen that one yet. But that is super cool.
Isn't it a lot of fun?
Yeah, how much fun is that? Like, what an exciting way to get new people interested, because that's quite the contraption.
I know, I love it. And fun fact, you don't hear this in the video, it actually flies over my desk every day.
Really?
That's where it's stored, so I see it all the time, and I didn't know any of that before we started researching it.
So how does that work? How did you guys research this and find out about its history?
Well, our brilliant collections manager is absolutely an encyclopedia on all the knowledge in our collection, and so she finds the coolest models with the best stories. And as you know, the museum collects things with great stories. So we have this aircraft that was flown over 1,000 times in 10 years by the Secretary of the Navy. I mean,
how cool is that?
It's just a model that flies over my desk every day. Who knew?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Still ahead, Take a look at some upcoming events and learn how you can find one near you.
Also, learn some weathering techniques from the RC Geek.
Every journey starts somewhere. Our journey begins with imagination. And imagination can take us anywhere. Because the best journeys end with new beginnings.
The Central Florida Sport Flyers Club will hold its 4th annual Fun Fly and Swap Meet April 6th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event will take place at the club's field in Eustis, Florida. There's a $5 fee for swap meet vendors.
April 6, 2019 is the date for the Kingston Aero Modeler Spring Fly-In held in Kingston, North Carolina. The event will include a raffle, a candy drop for the kids, and plenty of flying and southern hospitality. The pilots will meet at 9 a.m. and start flying shortly after.
The Texas City RC Club will hold its Warbirds over Texas City Swap Meet April 6th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Dickinson, Texas first-class flying site features 2 grass runways, a clubhouse, restrooms, and a lot of shade. Expect to see some Warbird gaggles and plenty of swapping.
A jet rally in April will be raising money to support aviation education. Proceeds from the Mississippi Afterburner Jet Rally will be used to fund scholarships for the Aviation Technology Department at Hines Community College in Raymond, Mississippi. The rally takes place April 11th through the 13th at John Bell Williams Airport in Raymond.
The Prop Snappers RC Club will have a large swap meet April 14th in Falmouth, Maine. The event runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The 6th annual Palomar RC Flyers Glider event will be held at Johnson Field in Fallbrook, California on April 13th. Electric-powered and towed gliders are welcome.
Coming up, the RC Geek shows some of his weathering techniques. Stick around.
Pack your bags and prepare for takeoff to Camp AMA.
From the time they get here to the time they leave, we're always going, we're always doing something fun, building, whether it's they've learned a new maneuver. But it's not just about flying. It's really just about having fun for the entire week.
For more information on Camp AMA, visit amaflightschool.org/campama today.
Chris Wolf, also known as the RC Geek, took first place in the expert class at the 2016 U.S. Scale Masters, so you could say that he knows a thing or two about weathering scale models. Let's see him demonstrate some of his weathering techniques at AMA Expo West 2018.
My name is Chris Wolf, otherwise known as the RC Geek. I have a website and a YouTube channel. I love scale competition. Actually won the U.S. Scale Masters National Championship back in 2016 with a Mirage. And one of the things that I really like doing through my website and YouTube channel is showing guys how to build, how to do finishing techniques. And so what we're going to cover here is just some real quick weathering. This can be, I'm using a foam airplane as a medium. Horizon Hobby, they donated a P-51 and this Yak 130 for me to work on throughout the weekend, to do weathering on, and at the end of the weekend, we're actually giving these airplanes away. So I'm in booth 359. If you guys stop by, it's totally free to enter, so be sure to do that. It's real simple. So what I wanted to do is, since we had the video cameras here, I was hoping we could video one of these sessions. We can put it on to my channel. And so what I'm going to cover is some quick weathering techniques. We've got an airplane already painted here. We'll talk about the mediums real quickly, but the thing is, what I'm going to show here can be used on any type of aircraft. It doesn't have to be foam. It can be glass. It can be 100-inch, 100-plus inch Warbird. It could be the smallest plastic model. So I just want to cover that up front. It doesn't, it's not just foam that we can do this to. We can do this to anything. So the first thing I want to talk about. So one of the first things we're going to do, we got a jet here. What are we doing in the process of weathering? We're aging an airplane. We're making it look used because out of the box, these things look just way too pristine, right? So the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of airbrushing, but what we're going to do is fade the centers of some of these panels to give it kind of an uneven look. And so the reason for that is when you see airplanes sitting out on the ramp, they never are one uniform color. They always have faded panels, and you have access panels that are different colors that are accessed regularly, and so sometimes those are darker colors than others, and so we're going to do that first. So let me grab the airbrush. Are we good on this one? So what I've got here in the airbrush is just some Model Masters dark gold gray. I couldn't find the exact color, but what I've done is I've mixed up the dark gold gray with some white to lighten it up, and then I've thinned it way down. It's like dirty thinner almost. So the consistency on this is really important because it's easy to add more weathering, but it's a whole lot harder to take it away once you've already put it on. So I wanted to touch on that. So what we're going to do is, we should be able to see it on the big screen. So we got this nice big panel here. We're just going to lightly fade the centers, and we'll just do that across the whole wing. And the thing is, it's not necessarily uniform. You can get a modeled pattern, so depending on how you spray, you can tailor the results. Now the thing about all this is subtlety. You don't want too much, because as soon as you say, hey, it's too much, it definitely is too much. You want to get it to the point where, all right, you know what, I could use just a little bit more, and then that's where you want to stop, because otherwise it ends up being too heavy.
You can learn more about Chris and find a link to his YouTube channel at thercgeek.com.
In the April 2019 issue of Model Aviation, columnist Greg Gimlick talks about how to store your LiPo batteries safely, including tips for purchasing and prepping ammunition cans. If the printed article wets your whistle, you can find even more information about LiPo batteries in our LiPo Battery Basics series in the online and digital editions of Model Aviation. To add the digital edition to your membership, visit modelaviation.com/digital. Well, that's all for this episode of AMA Air. You can stay connected with us by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For even more videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And from all of us here at AMA, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time, but for now, it's time to get flying.